Welcome to my audio article, Georges Lemaître, Father of the Big Bang. Imagine being the first person to glimpse the true beginning of the universe, a moment before time itself, when all matter and energy were compressed into a single point. That is the story of Georges Lemaître, a Belgian priest and physicist whose insights changed cosmology forever. Georges Lemaître was born on July 17, 1894, in the industrial town of Charleroi, Belgium. As a young man, he studied engineering, but when the First World War erupted, he put aside his education to serve as an artillery officer. For his bravery, he was awarded a medal. After the war, Lemaître returned to school with new purpose. He studied mathematics and physics at Catholic University of Louvain, and at the same time prepared for the priesthood. In 1923, he was ordained a Catholic priest. Lemaître was fascinated by the frontiers of science. He devoured Einstein's theory of relativity, followed Arthur Eddington's famous eclipse expedition that confirmed them, and soon won a fellowship to study abroad. He spent time at Cambridge under Eddington, then worked with Harlow Shapley at Harvard and studied at MIT. Along the way, he visited major observatories across North America, always grounding his mathematics in actual observations. In 1927, Lemaître published a paper that would quietly reshape cosmology. Using Einstein's equation, he argued that the universe is not static but expanding. He even derived the relationship between galaxies' distance and its recession speed, the same link that would later be called Hubble's law. 2 years later, when Edwin Hubble published his own results, the discovery made headlines, but Lemaître had already paved the way. Lemaître went further still. In 1931, he proposed that the universe began from what he called the primeval atom, a single compressed point containing all matter and energy. Its explosive expansion marked, as he put it, a day without yesterday. This bold idea was the seed of what we now call the Big Bang Theory. At the time, many scientists resisted the notion of a beginning to the universe. Even Einstein dismissed Lemaître's ideas at first, remarking, "Your calculations are correct, but your physics is abominable." Yet as evidence grew, Lemaître's vision proved remarkably accurate. He also suggested that a cosmological constant, a kind of energy built into the space itself, might play a role in reshaping cosmic evolution. Decades later, the discovery of dark energy would vindicate this intuition. Despite being both priest and scientist, Lemaître insisted on keeping science and religion separate. The Supreme Being cannot be reduced to a scientific hypothesis, he said. When Pope Pius XII tried to connect his theory with the biblical story of creation, Lemaître respectfully but firmly discouraged the association. He believed that science and faith were the two ways, distinct paths to truth that should not be confused. By the 1960s, Lemaître was recognized worldwide as a pioneer of modern cosmology. Just before his death in 1966, he heard of the discovery of a cosmic background radiation, the faint afterglow of the early universe. It was direct evidence of the hot, dense beginning of what he described decades earlier. Georges Lemaître's legacy is profound. He was not only the father of the Big Bang Theory, but also a model of humanity and integrity, balancing faith and reason while reshaping our understanding of the cosmos. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about this remarkable man who dared to imagine the universe's first moment.